Part 1 for binding your favorite fanfic. These are some of my favorite creators who have typesets ready to print for personal use. Don't worry about the order of the pages, it's meant to look funny because you're going to fold them. For example, this first page is 8 and 9, so I know how to fold them. You will be told how many pages per signature you need. If you don't, this is a good way to find out. Page numbers, they have to be continued. In this case, it's 9, 11, 13, 15, etc. There is a big jump here to 41, so now I know I need 8 pages for all my signatures. You always fold with the consecutive numbers together, like so, and I like to give it a tap at the top just to make sure that everything's nice and straight. I don't have a guillotine, but if you do, then you might not need to be as careful. Your pages will have this triangle shape at the end, and you cannot really avoid that. So you continue folding everything. It will look like this. It has air on those corners, so you have to press them down. I personally like to leave it overnight. Next, you need to make holes in your signature to start stitching them. I was taught this trick to make the template. Fold a piece of paper the same length as your spine in half, and then fold 1 or 2 centimeters at the corners. Fold it once again in half, and by doing this you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dents. So you mark the ones on the very outside and then add 2 marks with the folds in between. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and that's your template where you're going to be making the holes. You put that over your spine and just mark where those things will be. You can use this to make your holes, but that's too much trouble. So once again, you clamp your signatures, leaving like a 2mm gap, and with the ruler very carefully cut straight lines with an X-Acto knife, about 2mm deep. This is another tip from one of my teachers. Thread your needle as usual, then pinch the middle of that thread and put the needle through so that it goes in between the thread. This will make sure that when you pull this, your needle will stay attached to your thread all the time and you won't lose it. And now it's time to sew. You start from the outside of the book and just sew across all of those little holes. When you're done, tighten everything perpendicular to the book. Place your second signature on top and add something heavy to make sure it doesn't move. That needle directly on the hole on top. And again, tighten everything perpendicular to the book. Here you're going to pull the needle under the previous thread. This is going to make an X shape. It's called French stitching. It goes up, out again, and down. Under that first thread, go around and pull that up once again. At the end, just do a couple of knots. I did 3 for good measure. For all your signatures going forward, just do the same thing, but here, don't put the needle through the whole thing, just that one thread from the previous signature, not the whole thing. Go under and up again. This is another tech from a different book, a different angle. Hope it makes sense. At the end, you're going to be doing a kettle stitch. Put your needle below the last 2 signatures and you will be creating like a loop and pretty much just a knot, and just tighten that together, and you will be doing for everything going forward. If you finish your thread too soon, this is what I do to add more. I was taught the proper knot, but I cannot remember for the life of me. It was way too advanced. So I just make a loop with a new piece of thread, like so, and I pull my leftover thread from the book, make a knot, tighten that, and then I take the other piece of thread, the one that's coming from the book, and make another knot, and just make sure that you tighten that very well. And I do one last test to make sure that it doesn't move. At the end, once again, do your kettle stitch, so 2 signatures below, and do your knots. Again, I did 3. This is it for the stitching bit. This is how it's going to look like. Next video will take care of the spine. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you later. Bye!